for how Libra's feeling in this first week of November 2025. So Libra, you've got, it's the Eight of Wands, but it came out in the challenge position. So when it's upright, it's fast action, fast progress, fast communication. Yeah, it's forward movement with something we really want. In the challenge position, there could be blocks, delays, stagnancy. You could be a bit fed up with something not progressing the way that you'd like. The Ace of Swords reversed. You may be feeling foggy, unclear, okay, because the Ace of Swords upright is the truth, a confession, clarity, major revelation. When it's reversed, it could be a secret, something we're not revealing, some sort of major, uncertainty, being unsure about something, hiding something. Right, the Strength card. So there's a need to be emotionally strong rather than physically strong. Lions are muscular, they're large, they're apex predators. Their paws probably like the size of my head. Do you know what I mean? They're huge, crazy, large teeth and so dangerous, but there's a need to be not so fiery. There's a need to be emotionally strong, to restrain ourselves, to refrain from outbursts of anger or emotional upset. There's a need to tame the beast. You see that she's trying to calm the lion, trying to control it, make it submit. Let's get 3 for the one that's showing up for you. So you're experiencing blocks, delays, stagnancy, confusion, a lack of clarity, and you're trying to be emotionally strong. Let's see. Look, they've come out as the Empress. Now, it was sort of in the challenge position. The Empress is shared by Libra and Taurus. It's a major arcana. She's the highest status in the tarot deck. The Empress attracts, okay? The Empress does not chase. I'm sure this came out for you last time, for your person. Like they were waiting for you to go to them. To come out again. It's a high value person. They're all 4 queens. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's dealing with earthly matters like bills, mortgages, assets, houses, cars, jobs. They're very good at gifting other people. They like to keep a nice home. They're generous. The Queen of Swords is someone who's strategic, intelligent, logical, a fantastic speaker, a great writer. It's that air energy, being strategic, thinking everything through properly, knowledge is power, that kind of vibe. The Queen of Wands is a go-getter, ambitious, seductive, creates goals, takes action. It's an action-orientated person, fire energy. They know what they want and they set about getting it. Very, very confident, almost arrogant, to be honest. And then the Queen of Cups is someone who's, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, in their feels, emotionally intelligent, patient, understanding, forgiving, very mild-mannered, open heart chakra. So the Empress has got it all. Okay, she doesn't need to chase anyone. She's in her feminine energy. The Empress is to be rescued, you know, she's to be wed and bear lots of children to the person that rescues her. This is her in her power. She's beautiful, but she's abundant. So it doesn't mean that she just has an easy life. It means that she is abundant. She is abundance. So she produces from zero as many times as she needs to. She can regenerate, rebuild. Very, very high value. So it's sort of in the challenge position. So whoever you're dealing with or thinking about is in this like very feminine energy, and they're a high value person, very high quality person, but they're not making any moves. Hence your confusion, I think. In the challenge position, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So taking stock of the past, what's been cultivated, what's been achieved so far. Like a farmer, you know, standing, looking over their crops, like, what have I yielded? Is it enough? It's a very reflective number, 7. Increments of time, money, and energy. Okay, so that's the challenge, is they're looking back at the past. And then this card was on the floor, and it's the 6 of Wands. Now, this is being noticed, being celebrated, being victorious. It's particularly about gaining attention and recognition from others. I picked it up, but I can't remember which way it fell. Interesting vibe, isn't it, that? It's like this person thinks all of their status is linked to the past. Do they even know who they are now, or like in the future? Ten of Cups reversed. So Ten of Cups upright is a happy family life. Everyone in the household, their cups are full. Each person has a cup, and that cup is full of emotion. They're contented. This person does not have a contented family life. Okay? They're living in the past. It's like a mausoleum in this person's house. How sad if you're like only who you were, only who you used to be. Do you know what I mean? That's not a comfortable place to be, is it? The Temperance reversed. It's the major arcana for Sagittarius. It's in the outcome. When it's upright, cups are being poured, water's being poured between one cup and the other to get just the right balance. When you temper yourself, you know, you're getting just the right way, just the right balance. It's kind of like finding control, isn't it? Finding balance. There's a lack of balance and a lack of control in the outcome. This person could be having emotional outbursts. They could be getting depressed. Or that could be you. Because you're not feeling good at the moment, necessarily. But I think, you know, it's like kind of like a worse, more like confusion with you and delays, where with them it's like an unhappy family life. The Star card reversed with the Queen of Swords reversed. Oof. The Queen of Swords can be a divorce card in love readings. It's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay, so it could just be you, but you're showing up reversed. Swords, when they're wielded correctly, can keep us safe. They can demand the truth from others. When they're wielded in a way that's dangerous, they cut us, they cut other people deeply. You know, you can wound and kill. So swords represent communication. It could be blocking someone or using blunt language towards someone, arguing with them. It could be severing contact for good with, you know, like legal changes. So legal proceedings. The star card was reversed as well, wasn't it? Was the star card reversed? The star card is healing. You see that she's, you know, pouring the water back. It's like rejuvenation, cleansing, being replenished. She's bathing in the water. She's pouring it over her feet, and it's like a sense of healing, cleansing, renewal. There's a lack of healing, a lack of cleansing, a lack of renewal, a lack of wish fulfillment. And the Queen of Swords is mad as. I don't know if it's you or them. I mean, they're showing up as the Empress in the challenge position. So that could well be you. Because I don't have like any kind of like court cards or pages or knights or an emperor for you. I have only this Queen of Swords here. So let's get one more. This Five of Pentacles card, my God. It's coming out in every reading. It's like the most depressing card. This is like when you feel a state of lack, lacking time, money, or energy from someone, lacking someone's attention, lacking, you know, being made to feel like a pauper. It's a state of lack of attention, time, or money from someone else. Needing salvation, needing refuge. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's two people in the snow outside a church that's lit up, and there's coloured stained glass windows, and it's all like looks all inviting inside and warm, you know, and they're stuck out in the cold, so they're trying to get themselves inside for refuge, for salvation. Why is it so cold in here? Let me check the radiator. Because the radiator's on one. Oh dear. I just think like you're not getting this person's focus, and it's because they're just stuck in the past. I think it's very frustrating for you. They're very much concerned with people in their household. It could be what's making children sad or down. Either children are sad or down, or this person is. And it's making the children down, or maybe it's all of them. We're gonna have to dig a little bit, aren't we? What went on in the past? Because this person has a family. The family card is out, so they have children. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance, diva. If this person, like, okay, like, they're an empress, they're high value, but they could have been used to someone who's quite a big character being in the house. And so maybe they've always, like, been quite passive or in their feminine energy. And they kind of need a presence that's more like that. Whether they're a man or a woman, whether they're 6 feet tall or 4 feet tall, this person is very passive and very much waiting for a larger than life personality to shake them out of whatever they're in, because it's kind of like a mausoleum where they are now. Too much thinking about the past. Deeper waters, step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths. Lone path needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. Awakening jolt. Oh my god, that's weird, isn't it? From shock to epiphany, embrace the upheaval as a catalyst for renewal. Shards of love, past trauma. Leave scars. Take time to heal yourself. This person, they've lived some sort of trauma, right? And it's to do with the past, and they can't move on from it, and it's really affecting, like, the whole family in a really big way. Hi, Lainey. Sexual protection. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. They've got some sort of like mojo about them. Like they've got a possessiveness about them when it comes to their sort of lustful feelings. But it's like they're separating the emotions from the physical. There's still a possessiveness there, but where's the softness, you know? Where's the romance? Like they're just keeping the sexual stuff and not delving into the emotional stuff. Push and pull, power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. It's a very stubborn person. They're maintaining control by being passive. It's like passive resistance. Scorpio is going to be next. The truth is more complicated than you think. There's a lot going on with this person, isn't there? Look at all these cards stacking up here. Let's get a new contact message, because I don't think there's anything going on between you and this person. Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. Oof, you're not going to get an open heart chakra from this person. They're not ready to love again. They're having a total like crisis of like who they are, what they want out of life. There's so much still looking back at the past. It's unreal. All they would offer is like a bit of fun, and it would not go anywhere. If this is resonating, this person completely stuck in the past, and it will not go anywhere, like other than a bit of fun in the bedroom, because they've gone through some sort of trauma and it's affecting the whole family. So it's like, do you really want to be around someone who's like depressed? Do you know what I mean? Because it seems like that's what they could be grieving. I don't know if this is someone who's widowed. It could be someone who's widowed, but their head is in the past, their heart is in the past. Okay. What is it that this person likes about Libra then? Because they obviously like they're showing up in your reading. So thank you for being so patient with me. So you could have shown like a bit of stayed in contact with them and kept it friendly maybe. Because you recognise that this person just not, in any position to be like dating. And they're not, because they would show up as a knight or a page, and they're not. They're showing up as a family person. They're showing up as an empress. They are sat still, and they are just in their thoughts about the past. Okay, so they do value that you've been patient with them. I've got to be honest, like it must be really bizarre to grieve for a partner, especially if it's a husband or wife, if it's, the mother of your children or the father of your children, to then have sexual feelings for someone again is quite a big step, so they have kind of started the first step along a very long drawn out process, and it's just like they don't know how long it's going to take to, some people never get over it, but they tend to like dip a toe in the water and then pull back and retreat, because it kind of brings up a lot of mixed emotions, some good, some not good. And there's a lot of guilt there and stuff like that. I've got some experience of it. It's not direct, but it's indirect experience of it. And then they'll dip like a foot in, and then they'll retreat because it brings up some good emotions, some not good emotions. And there's a lot of guilt, and it's kind of like a bit further each time. But it's like one step forward, three steps back. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be the first person involved with them, because you'll be a rebound. The first two or three people will be a rebound. So, well, it's that person just going through a whole process that they're not in control of. So it's difficult, isn't it? Happy Halloween. I'm listening to my guides. So this person could be on a bit of a spiritual quest, over the next year or so. That could really help them, actually. That could really help them to find some sort of peace, and process some really difficult feelings. I really like what's in these oracle cards. I find it really healing. Um, It's tarot card readings, so basically source is made up of people that have passed away, and it could be relatives or just anybody. And I shuffle cards and they come out, and then I interpret what the cards mean. And people that have passed on can see the future, so they can also let you know how someone's feeling. Like if you've got someone on your mind, how does that person feel about you? And are they likely to be getting in touch or not, and what their past traumas might be. Yeah. No, because you wouldn't walk into a church and say it's a bunch of bullshit, would you? You wouldn't walk into a temple or a mosque and say that. Well, I hope you wouldn't. You've just walked into my spiritual place and said that, which is quite disgusting. You can be a skeptic, but you don't get to say things like that. You don't get to say stuff like that in my channel, sorry. If you don't like it, why did you come in? Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. That's like walking into a mosque and then mouthing off that you're not happy about people being Muslim. You're just a terrorist then, aren't you? You just go around trying to traumatise people. You're not there for any good reason. If you don't believe in something, why are you going to someone's place of worship to terrorise them? Stop it. Nasty person. I'm an omnist, so I don't denounce anyone else's faith or religion, by the way. If you're interested in tarot, be present and listen. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to say nasty stuff. If you're not into it, why are you coming in here? It makes no sense whatsoever. Tarot's very useful because you can be honest about how you're feeling and what you're going through. Social media forces you to say that everything's great and only post when something good's happening. And it can really rub salt in the wounds. You know, people don't mean to, but they're kind of like saying, well, look at what great things are happening with me right now. Well, what if things are not great for you right now? How's that going to make you feel? So you come into tarot, you get to see other people who are heartbroken, other people who have just had X, Y, or Z happen to them, and you say, oh my God, that's what's happened to me. You get to make sense of, you know, why have I experienced a karmic relationship? Why have I experienced someone who's that toxic? You know, and how do I heal? Like, what lesson can I learn from that? You make sense of stuff. It's nothing to do with bullshit. It's nothing to do with the devil or anything like that. It's helpful. It's nice. You read stuff that's healing. You get answers about what's going on with your person. It mostly just really helps. So it's never there to upset anyone or offend anyone. But some people just, I don't know, they like to road rage. Don't hesitate, okay? So, you can reach out to this person, but just know that you're probably not going to get a loving relationship with them. They do appreciate your patience, but I don't think that they could really promise anything happening because they don't really know how they're going to feel. And they might not want to share with you either. You know, they might share with a GP, they might share with a family member, they might not share with anybody. They might go and talk to, you know, their widow or widower. Their widow. Sorry, their deceased spouse. And there's fireworks going on. Let's get some advice for Libra because it's about you. It's not about them. It's very therapeutic. Oh my goodness. It helps me a lot. Tarot. Clarity of mind. Okay. In what form is this person showing up? Swan. Okay, so they're trying to be graceful about this, but they're trying to find calm, trying to find stillness, trying to, swans don't rush about. They're not like running around like an emu or like or a road runner. They glide through still waters. This person wants to glide through still waters and they want to come across like that, but they want to be like that as well. They're trying to find peace, and deal with things gracefully. Ooh, Scorpion. Scorpions are very, they live in very arid, hot desert environments. They're like, they've got an exoskeleton. They're very kind of brittle and, they scuttle and they don't need like too much comfort. Every vibration on the ground they're incredibly sensitive to. Any movement from anyone else, they're ready, with that sting if they feel under threat. They're used to going about their own business. It just doesn't feel very. You see like the sense of reflection as well with the swan looking back at itself in the water. It's like a sense of like a lone vibe, and then we've got this like eagle as well. And this person could be, trying to see things like from a long way off and see what's ahead, try to anticipate. When you look at something eagle-eyed, you've got your eyes on the prey, but it's from a long, long distance away. And they're in control, they're top predator. No one threatens an eagle. I just think this person got so many walls up, so many boundaries, and they're very much trying to live very self-sufficient. I don't see them as like a lovey-dovey kind of vibe, do you? Just very solitary. It's by choice. The solitary by choice. Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Ooh. I feel like that's advice for them as well as for you, Libra. Maybe you're, a family person yourself. Maybe you have children to think of. Do you really want to take on the walking wounded? You can be a friend to someone, but in a few years, maybe they'll be open to having a relationship, but it's not going to be anytime soon. This won't bring any comfort or stability or fun or frivolity to your family life, in your own home with your own children. So be mindful of that. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Today's mantra, I give myself all the love and attention I need. You don't need attention from this person. You've got your sights set on this person and you want progress with them. But when you place such a huge importance on the actions of one particular person. I can only be happy if this particular person ends up with me. I can only be happy if this particular person gets in touch with me. Then you can only be miserable then, can't you? Because it's unlikely to happen, and your happiness shouldn't come from outside of you. I'm not saying you've got to be by yourself forever, but if you keep a balance in your life, if you get enjoyment from different things, if you focus on lots of different things, spread the sort of your happiness across many different things. I'll get it later, Mum. Keep it in its category. Keep it in a certain portion of your wider picture. Don't let it become the whole windscreen. Do you know what I mean? And then you kind of return back to being in control and calm and contented again. And sometimes we choose to focus a lot on a particular person and the outcome of, you know, what we want to be the outcome of our connection with them, but it is what it is and it is what it will be. We can't control it, and this person definitely not emotionally available. I'm gonna plug my phone in. I told you she's a Virgo and she's controlling. She's annoyed that she doesn't know whether to put the ice cream away or not. But I'm in the middle of a reading. She's a mother, right? So she wants me to eat at the same time as doing this because eating is important. It's the most important thing. Sacrifice. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have like lots going on, and sometimes they're going to be not too much and it'd be a bit slow, a bit boring. And then some stuff appears out of absolutely nowhere. Don't complain about the ebbs, okay? Because sometimes when things flow quickly, it brings certain problems of its own. Ebbs give us a chance to calm down, okay? So find peace in the stillness, don't complain about it. There's a lot that happens in the stillness. You know, this person's healing for one. It's happening behind closed doors, but it's happening. It doesn't mean nothing's happening because you can't see it or you're not feeling it, you know what I mean? Change is the only thing that is constant in life. It just feels like nothing's changing. It feels like nothing's flowing. Celestial balance. Find balance in your duality. You are both light and shadow, perfectly whole. You know, it's okay to like complain. It's okay to feel angry or frustrated that things aren't going how we want them to. That's okay. It's what makes you human. There's an argument in philosophy and ethics that you can't have light without dark. You can't have heaven without earth. Heaven without earth. Heaven without hell. Because one kind of gives context to the other. They each give context to the other. Like, how can you have one without the other? It wouldn't be heaven, would it? If everything was heaven, then it's not heaven. If everything was hell, then it's not hell. You have to have both. they justify one another's existence. So you have to be comfortable with both sides of yourself, Libra. Yeah, you are light and dark, you are balanced. That means you're not always right. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. It's okay to, feel like something's unfair. You can bring about the balance in yourself, okay? You can reset those scales anytime you want to. I know I'm Libra moon. There's a huge like pull towards wanting to be in a relationship, and then when you're in one, you kind of miss being single, and it's like you're always striving for balance in your life. It's a bit of a mad one. And you are an air sign, so you will analyse everything and see both sides, and you are about fairness. You just want what's fair, but this person losing their person, if that's their story, that wasn't fair. So they can't just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? And they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything. It's taken me a long time to realise stuff like that. Because when I like someone, I like them and I just want them to like me back. But if their heart's not available, it's not available. Right, so is there going to be new love for Libra anytime soon? Let's have a look. Let's get a divine timing card, because this person is not available. So we've got summertime and around March, so spring, summer, you're going to have someone new that's all into you. Hi Bruno, hi Elliot. Okay, so that's your reading, Libra. I hope it resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost. Support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Individual readings are £18. I'll be starting memberships in about 3 weeks' time. Memberships will include monthly finance readings, that doesn't go there, monthly Native American Indian medicine wheels, which are like a kind of health reading, mental, emotional, physical and spiritual health. Very, very popular, those, and the finance readings are my most popular, so that's why I put them in the memberships goodies. And then I'll do a like how to read tarot as well, like a very methodical one, because I know I explain the cards, but I kind of do the cards that come out in your reading as they come out. This will be like a different approach, very methodical. Yeah, so you'll be able to do super chats, you'll be able to start memberships. There will be ads. I don't have any control over what ads get shown, so please don't complain about that. I used to like really judge people and be like, oh, why have they got these terrible ads? But you don't get to choose what ads get shown. You get no say in that, so